Moors?
Patrick, what are you doing here?
It's forbidden to talk to the prisoners, Moors. You'll have to move off, you and whoever your friend is there.
This man is Sir Alester Sarwick, a very old friend of mine. I can fully vouch for him.
I see. All the same, that's no concern of mine.
You said that Patrick was your prisoner. What did he do?
There have been some very grisly murders committed.
You must mean the brothers found with their chests cut open.
Adam Flowers was leading the investigation and has declared that Patrick is the culprit.
It has nothing to do with me. You have to trust me, Moors. I barely knew the murdered ones.
From what I understand, the crimes all seem to be wildling rituals. What makes you think Patrick is responsible?
Adam says he has evidence. I'm not supposed to say anything more, but everyone here at Castle Black knows that Patrick came to us from beyond the wall.
I'd like to carry out my own investigation with Alister's help.
Well, I suppose I can give you access to the old stables where one of the murders happened. But you have to promise to me that you won't bugger up what we're doing.
On my honor.
If you're a friend of Moore's, you can't be short of it. Tell the guard on duty I sent you. He'll let you through.
Thank you, Duncan. I need to take a look around here. I've got Duncan's permission.
What about him?
He's with me and has permission too. Go and check with Duncan if you don't believe me.
No, I believe you. You can go through.
Flowers.
Moors, it's been a long time. And you, my lord. How can we help you? Have you come to join our order?
No, I am just here to accompany Moors on his voyage. I am Sir Alester of House Sarwick.
So, you're from the south. I would have enjoyed talking to you about the delights of the Riverlands. Unfortunately, I don't have much time to spare. I have an investigation to lead.
That's why I've come to see you. It would seem that Patrick has been arrested.
All our leads do point to his guilt, I'm afraid. It's a grisly business. In total, 5 of our brothers have been found with their chests open and their hearts ripped out.
And what evidence do you have to think that Patrick killed them?
These murders are wildling rituals. There's little doubt they've been performed as sacrificial rites, and Patrick was found beyond the wall. I've long suspected him of being a wildling. What's more, he was close to each of the crime scenes. At Icemark, he was one of the builders whom Halfhand was charged with protecting. As it happens, he was also there in Molestown at the very moment there was a murder in the tunnels.
He was with me when we were searching the tunnels.
That proves nothing. He must have killed him before that. Walder was with him at Sybil's, but he was in a drunken sleep just before the crime. Patrick must have taken advantage of this to take his leave quietly. And now the stables. Who do you think was found in the area? Him again. For me, it's absolutely clear. Patrick is the killer. It makes sense, as everything leads us to believe he's a wildling.
Bloody hell! Patrick is no wildling. This damned rumor has to stop sooner or later.
Perhaps he's managed to convince you, Moors. But everyone here agrees with me.
So you're planning on executing one of your brothers based on rumor alone?
Not on that alone, Moors.
What evidence? Is there more?
Searching carefully through his belongings, we found some wildling objects. Trinkets made of feather and bone. They were well hidden, but they bear a striking resemblance to the dire things we found where each of the murders happened. It's best you start believing it, Moors.
I have fought alongside Patrick. He's a loyal brother. I'll do my own investigating. Come on, Alester.
Do as you wish, Moors. But just remember that I'm the officer in charge, so try not to get in the way of our work.
Moors, you're back, and it seems you brought a southern friend. Is that him?
We'll have to talk later, Lothar. We're in the middle of an investigation and have precious little time.
I'll wager it's about the murder of Miles. Am I right? I might have something for you. He was an old friend of mine.
It seems Miles came to these outbuildings before he died. Were you here then, by any chance?
Aye, I saw him leave the building with Patrick just before his tragic death.
Patrick, you say? Yet he claimed not to know any of the victims.
Let's go back and speak to him.
Duncan, I need to ask your prisoner a few questions about the murders.
Very well, but be quick. I'll give you a few minutes.
Thank you. Patrick, you know about the rumors going around that you're a wildling, don't you?
You know it's all horseshit as well as I do, Moors.
But Adam seems to have found several wildling objects in your belongings.
Someone's trying to pin it on me. I've no idea where those things have come from.
If that's true, I won't let them execute you. Believe me. But I've just discovered that you were seen with Miles near the outbuildings, right before he died. Earlier, you claimed not to know any of the victims. If you're hiding things from me, don't expect my help.
I made a promise, Moors. I swore by the gods.
You're about to be shortened by a head, Patrick.
You would betray the word of a brother? Wasn't it you who taught me that the bond that unites us is as strong as the wall itself?
Your silence does nothing to further my search, Patrick. And a murderer still runs free, killing our brothers one by one.
You no doubt speak truly. I got on quite well with Miles. I saw a lot of him since we returned from our mission at your side. However, he was worried since his fierce argument with Watt. He even intended to leave Castle Black. He was scared he'd be killed.
Miles was going to forswear his vows.
I tried to talk him out of it, Moors, but he made me promise not to give away his secret.
And do you know what was behind his argument with Watt?
It was something about a patrol they had both been in, but I wasn't able to find out anything more.
It might serve us well to have a few words with this Watt.
You've had your time, lads.
What? Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course, Moors.
I'm told you had a heated chat with Miles just before he died.
Who told you that pile of steaming dung? I never had any quarrel with Miles. He was one of my best friends here.
Stop lying. You make an ideal suspect for this. So I suggest you start talking unless you want to face the consequences.
Very well, then. Miles wanted to go see the Lord Commander to tell him what we knew, and I stopped him from going. That's why we fell out.
What did Miles know?
There's a connection between the murders and the patrol we were in a few years ago.
Tell us about it.
Very well. 4 years ago, Miles and I were both part of a mission beyond the wall. We were on the trail of a band of wildlings, but they found us first. I don't remember much more. Just that it ended in gruesome circumstances. One of our brothers had had his heart torn out by the wildlings. Miles was reminded of this when he heard about these recent murders.
So, all the murders are linked to this old patrol?
Even worse than that. According to Miles, the 5 brothers who've been killed were members of it. One by one. We're being picked off like fleas.
So why didn't you mention this earlier?
Because my memory of it is very vague. But as for Miles, he was certain the killer had to be one of us. A member of that patrol. He wanted to warn Lord Commander, but I stopped him. We can't go accusing one of our own based on vague memories.
Do you remember who was in the patrol? Who was in charge?
Not really, no. It was all so long ago. The worst thing's not knowing what's behind the next tree.
I can imagine. Thank you for your help, Watt. Alester, we should go check the patrol records. They might clear all this up.
You must find the one that's doing this, Moors. I really don't want to end up with a hole in my chest.
Good day to you, Moors. You wouldn't by any chance have some work for me there in your pouch?
I haven't forgotten you, Walter.
Show me.
I have brought you the King of the Heavens, Walter.
The Father. What a fine piece. It is very well preserved. I shan't need to work on it long.
You seem very sure of yourself.
The Father judges us all. He is authority and justice. You don't believe me capable of lying to his face, do you? Never fear. I will watch over it like the tip of my nose. Good day to you, Moors. You wouldn't by any chance have some work for me there in your pouch?
I haven't forgotten you, Walter.
Show me.
The White Maiden awaits your love and care, my friend.
Really? You have rarely brought me so much pleasure as you have today, Moors. Finding these hues will be a delicate matter. Almost as delicate as this beautiful face. I don't know who sculpted these statuettes, but I'm beginning to think that it's not the work of a man.
Make sure your hands remain steady and focused on the task, Walder.
Good day to you, Moors. You wouldn't by any chance have some work for me there in your pouch?
I haven't forgotten you, Walder.
Show me.
The final traveler has completed his journey in my safe hands.
What do you mean by that, Knight?
A body which is neither that of a man nor of woman. A face which is but a smooth mask.
The stranger. We of the Night's Watch don't fear him as much as the rest of Westeros.
In the shadow of the wall, we know we already walk by his side towards the unknown. He is an old traveling companion.
Indeed. He deserves a little refreshment. I shall give him back all his mysterious darkness. Trust me. Good day to you, Moors. You wouldn't by any chance have some work for me there in your pouch?
I haven't forgotten you, Walder.
Show me.
I have the Lady of the Lantern ready for your hands, Painter.
The crone? I'm starting to believe that you'll succeed in your quest, Moors. You know she represents the wisdom of the ancients, don't you? Those who have the experience to guide us through the trials of the night.
For the moment, in my eyes, she represents the weight of my ancestors.
You'll accomplish this quest, Moors Westford. I feel it in my old bones. Good day to you, Moors. You wouldn't by any chance have some work for me there in your pouch?
I haven't forgotten you, Walder.
Show me.
I have found the statuette of the smith. It has been badly damaged.
There's nothing I cannot mend. It's simply going to call for a little time. But the rewards are too good to ignore. It's an interesting challenge, especially the hammer. I wonder what I can do to restore it. Maybe with onyx. We'll see. There, they're finally together again. It's incredible. If you'd asked me, I wouldn't have wagered on it.
Do you have all you need now?
Yes, but just give me a moment. Come in, warm yourself up a little. Admire this work. Isn't it magnificent? I can honestly say I have never created anything so beautiful.
Indeed, you've been true to your word, brother. And I mine. I won't forget it.
Honor the Seven and thank them for their blessings. Your vow to them has been fulfilled. I'm certain there's a good reason for that. Your soul is in safe hands, Morse. Be assured of it.
Thank you for everything, Walder. At last, they are together again. My ancestors' vow has been fulfilled. Do you know what this means, Alester?
I know, Moors. The promise has passed through blood from father to son for almost 3 centuries.
It was a miracle finding each piece after all these years. Godly intervention. All my family can now rest in peace. My bloodline will die out honorably. All our vows are fulfilled. 7 faces for one sole truth. May we be inspired by the wisdom of the crone, the courage of the warrior, the ardor of the smith, and the honor of the maiden. When the stranger takes us to him, may the Father weigh our souls and judge us worthy of joining those that we have loved. As for me, I pray that from this moment until I join them, the Mother watches over those that I have loved so much. I will not be long.
Adam doesn't want anyone else here. I hear he's found something.
Very well. I'll come back later.
So, Moors, we gonna save his wildling girl?
Patrick has nothing to do with these crimes, and he'll be cleared. Do you have a problem with that?
Well, yes, in that we have a problem with that.
We don't want him with us. That son of a bitch takes sick pleasure in killing us one by one.
We won't let you carry on with your little investigation, Morris. You need to stop it right now, else we'll stop you.
You really think you can stop me? I'll finish what I've started, no matter what.
You bastard. We won't let you do it.
Get him!
Moors, there you are at last. And you've brought your friend. That's good. You were all that was missing.
Adam, we know that you're the one killing our brothers and stealing their hearts.
The bastards were trying to blackmail me. I still don't know which one of them it was, but it no longer matters. I got them all.
Are you insane, Adam? Give it up. You're trapped. You cannot hope to escape.
I'm not alone, Moors. They talk to me. Ever since that day, the wildlings forced me to eat poor Argalak's heart. The White Walkers! They want more sacrifices! Always have and always will!
No one is talking to you, Adam. You've simply lost your mind. And now you will die for all the crimes you have committed.
Feel free to try, but they won't let me die.
I found Adam. He was the one behind all these murders.
It's hard to believe.
It all goes back to a patrol 3 years ago, when he said he escaped the wildlings. However, he didn't really escape. The wildlings agreed to let him go, after he ate the heart of the sworn brother they captured alongside him.
No, Jess. That's disgusting. I can't even imagine.
He thought he'd left all of it in the past, but someone knew his secret and had started blackmailing him. He was certain that it could only be one of the original patrol, so he began killing them off, one by one. The same vile way he killed the first of his brothers.
How could he do such a thing?
He'd lost his mind. When I found him in the forest, he talked of hearing voices and White Walkers.
And what?
He was already dead when I reached Adam. There was nothing I could do to save him.
7 hells.
However, that monster is now dead. So we have no reason to be holding Patrick prisoner anymore.
Agreed. We'll release him right away, as soon as we inform the Lord Commander about what happened.
Thank you, Moors. Thank you with all my heart.
Now you'll be able to resume your watch.
Yes, I suppose. But to be honest, I'm unsure how I feel. My brothers were so quick to turn their backs on me. For many, I was never really one of them.
You're a sworn brother of the Night's Watch, Patrick. No one can deny that.
I suppose you're right.
May the others take me. Moors, your faith. What happened to you?
It's a long story, Half-Hand. I will tell it another time if you don't mind. I'd rather you tell me how things are going here.
You did receive my message, didn't you? After the Gorn tribe fled in a panic, our builder brothers went to Icemark to seal up the door. Another band of wildlings had managed to get to the south of the wall and to hide themselves where they were working. The wildlings attacked in force. I was there to protect our brothers, but things didn't go well. It was impossible to catch them. They would come upon a man alone, tear out his heart, and disappear into the forest in a blink of an eye. There was nothing we could do.
You were responsible for the repairs, Quarren. The security of our builder brothers came first. Is the work complete?
Yes. The doors are safely shut. Well, I wish those wildlings luck trying to open them up again.
That is a good thing. We can ill afford a gaping hole in the wall. What became of the wildlings?
They're still out there. Once our brothers had safely returned to Castle Black, I took my rangers back to Icemark. But the wildlings didn't wait for us to return. We need you, Moors. Help me find them before they can cause any more damage.
What did your trackers say? Do they have any idea where I should start searching?
The wildlings avoid Castle Black like the plague, that's for sure. But they seem to be heading towards Molestown.
That's unfortunate. It's best if the villagers barricade themselves in their tunnels for a while.
Could you go there, Moors? If wildlings even left the slightest trace, I know you would be able to find it. Drive the fear of the butcher into their hearts.
I'll see to it, Half-Hand. If they're in Molestown, I'll find them.
Thank you, my friend. And watch out for yourself. Remember that these wildlings know how to get by unnoticed. I would not like you to fall into a trap that was meant for me.
If that's the case, I will make them regret that they didn't look more closely at me. So long, Ranger.
By the old gods, Moors, what have you done? A woman in the Night's Watch? What were you thinking? I had so much faith in you. Ah, Moors, you've come back to us. You did well to bring Andar. He's a good man, and certainly did not deserve to be beheaded for his one brief fit of panic. I'm still not sure what to do with the boy from Molestown, but I suppose he's an extra pair of hands. This man you brought back from the Westerlands is one of the best swordsmen I have ever seen. He would even make an excellent master of arms if Endru Tarth were unable to replace Alester Thorn in that position. I see you brought back some scum from River Spring. I suppose it's a welcome change from the capital scum. That poor man who lost his family during the plundering of the city seems very frail to me. He'll have to adjust quickly if he wants to survive his training. And the winter. I get the impression that one of the men you've brought back is fleeing from a bandit. That's unusual. Usually the outlaws themselves are the ones who end up within these walls.
Enough talking for today, my lovelies. One of Old Bear's men comes this way.
A crow?
Over there, Arson. Let's be off, quick.
What makes you think you can come into my house? Bugger off.
You can shut your mouth. Did you think to hide from us by burying yourself down this rat hole? Don't play innocent with us.
My friend has some questions for you. I know what he can do, so I suggest you answer them.
Yes, of course. I'm at your service.
Who were those two suspicious fellows you were talking with outside?
Patrons, my lord. Free folk from the Gift. They rarely leave their godforsaken farms, so they're wild types, but they're not bad folk.
Is that so? They didn't have the look or smell of farmers, and I've a nose for that sort of thing.
To be honest with you, it was their first time in Molestown. I'd never seen them before, but that's hardly worth soiling your britches for, is it? There are some really lonely hovels out there, so you're lucky sometimes if the folk can even speak 3 words of the common tongue. So when they come by here, they have trouble passing through unnoticed. A bit awkward-like.
What business did you have with them, then? You spoke of them being your patrons. Are you a merchant?
Mule driver, sir. If it weren't for people like me, you wouldn't find a single civilized man around here.
What do you mean, mule driver?
The Gift is vast, not many real roads. It's long and difficult to get places. So, when a farmer wishes to sell on his harvest, it's more fitting for him if I make the journey for him with my mules. I take a portion of the goods down to Winterfell to fatten up the stocks. The rest I sell to the stewards of Castle Black.
And you couldn't discuss mules within earshot of a sworn brother, eh? Don't try to fool me. I've got a keener ear than you'd think. You know what I think? Your farmers are wildlings. The ones Half-Hand told me about. And you are a smuggling piece of shit that's been arming them with weapons. That makes you a traitor to our order, and thus a traitor to the realm. I should gut you right here and piss on your entrails. But you're lucky. I need you to tell me what you know first. Tell me what I need to know, and maybe I'll spare your life.
You damned crows. You always have to know everything, don't you? I couldn't care a fig for your quarrels with the wildlings. Me, I'm a man of trade. Ask me what you need to know and let's get it over with.
I need to find them before they bring blood and carnage to the whole of the gift. Tell me where they are camped.
I've no idea. They hide. All I can tell you is where I was meant to meet them for the trade. There's a trap door that lets you get through from the Molestown tunnels to the surrounding woods. The wildlings were to be watching for me and meeting me there.
I think we are finished here. What do you intend on doing with him, Mors?
I'll let you live, wretch. But remember who protects you next time. This trade is not to take place, do you understand?
No, never fear. It's too risky now. If those wildlings ever knew I'd talk to the Night's Watch, they'd fillet me there and then.
Let's be going, Alester. We still need to find these wildlings.
Arson, here! It's the one they call the Butcher. He'll track us no more.
Say what you will, savage. I come to serve you as an offering to your white gods.
Thistle, run! Warn Sabrak!
He's a warg, idiot. He can follow me anywhere.
We'll hold him back. Go now.
There's one thing I admire about your kind, lad. You know how to die with dignity. It's over here. The girl was running as if the others were on her tail. She didn't even try to cover her tracks.
Do you know where she's going?
Aye, it's the path that leads to Icemark. Those whoresons have gone back to the scene of their crimes. We must make haste. I don't know what the wildling wench is planning, but I'd rather she didn't get too far ahead of us.
As you wish. We're freezing in these woods anyway.
My brother is fighting the Butcher all on his own. You have to go back. You have to help him.
No, he should have run like you did, woman. Arson has more courage than sense. Besides, he's probably dead by now. Look who comes.
No! Arson!
Butcher, I am the Magnar Sabrak. You are not welcome here. You bring death, like all the Crow brothers. The free folk say you roam the night with your dog, and that you know the ways of wargs. A strange rumor, it seems to me. But perhaps you're not quite as witless as your black cloak would have us believe. Maybe we could come to some sort of an agreement.
It's the first time I've heard the likes of you speak of agreement. You must really be desperate, Magna.
Just saving my kind, Butcher. A few days hence we'll be gone, and you'll hear no more of us. No point spilling blood for so little. All we want is to live in peace, south of the wall. We'll go far from the Crows, far from your fortress. We'll disappear from sight. Is that not enough for you?
Too late to be begging mercy now, Magna. My rangers were massacred right here so that you could pass.
That was Gorn's work, not mine. Believe me, we come here in peace.
Your place is beyond the wall. You could have all the peace you wanted over there.
No. Winter won't be long coming now. There's no peace to be made with the White Walkers.
White Walkers? What is he talking about?
The others. He speaks of the others.
We must take care of our families, Crow. Your wall will protect our women and children from the White Death.
I am the shield that guards the realms of men.
What?
They are the vows I took with my order. The duty of the Night's Watch is to protect men from the horrors that lie beyond the wall, whatever their origins.
And where would you put the wildlings in all this? With the men? Or with the horrors?
I do not know. A little of both, I suppose.
I am but a stranger here, but they seem human enough to me.
Hardly. They have plundered and burned the gift so much over the decades that only a desert remains. I will not let them spread their filth throughout the Seven Kingdoms. Sabrak, tell your scum to gather their belongings. You will go back north of the wall, even if it means throwing you over myself.
You'll never be more than a kneeler, Butcher. Always your code and laws above sense. Come then, let's see what you're worth up against a Magna of the Free Folk.
All this excites you, does it, Butcher? All the screaming, the blood-soaked snow, and the smell of guts. That's my turn now, is it? You want to see how a woman of the free folk dies?
I'm not in the habit of killing women.
I piss on your pity. You slaughtered my whole clan, my brothers, my cousins, my friends. Would you prefer just to leave me alone to die here in the snow?
If that's the end you choose for yourself, feel free. But I'm sure you'll find a home to welcome you among the peasants of the gift.
Craven, I'll murder them all, those peasants of yours. I'll slit their little ones' throats and burn their shacks to the ground.
Well then, someone will end up sticking a pitchfork in your belly. But it won't be me. Alester, let's go. We are done here.
Moors, finally. So, how was the hunt for wildlings?
As usual, Halfhand. They had returned to settle near Icemark. You do not need to send another patrol after them. They are just food for the vultures now.
Very well. The peasants of the gift can now sleep in peace. We owe you a lot, Butcher.
I don't know. These were different. They didn't seem very threatening to me. All they wanted was to find shelter by the wall to live through the winter. You should have seen them. They stank of fear.
Fear? What do they fear that could have driven them so hard?
The others. From what they say, their whole tribe fled their territory to escape from the White Walkers.
We haven't seen the others at the wall or beyond for thousands of years. At any other time, I would have told you these were tales to deceive you. But now, this is not the first time I've heard mention of the White Walkers. One of our boys declared he saw them when he was last out ranging. I've heard a few rumors since being at the wall, but these ones keep coming back. Something evil is crawling upon the horizon. I can feel it, even in my missing fingers. I'll bring it up with the old bear when I get a chance. Anyway, thanks for your help. I knew that your tracking talents would make a difference.
Hey you! You're from the Night's Watch, aren't you? Free me and you won't regret it. I swear it by the Father.
If I free you, it'll be to send you to the wall.
Aye, well I'd rather that than die here. We starve and wallow in our own piss in this hole. It's no life here.
Very well. Alester, I'll let you report to John.
Leave me.
You prefer these piss-stinking dungeons to the fresh air outside?
I'm fine where I am. Leave me. There's food to eat here. Off with you.
There'll be food too if you join the Night's Watch.
Fighting scares me.
There are plenty of jobs at the wall. A lot of them do not require fighting skills. Furthermore, you will have your life. If you stay here, I doubt you'll make it past your trial.
You believe that? Well, maybe.
It's settled then. Alester, I'll let you tell John.
Very well. Is everything ready? There's no going back.
All is ready.
This is where it will all be settled, my friend.
I know. Sharpen your blade, for blood will be shed. Valarr, cursed be your name, and all that you stand for. You took the lives of Serena and Tyre. And now, Jane, I swear by the Seven that you will pay for this. My death will be but a small price to pay. If I must fall, I will not fall alone. I will destroy anyone who is a danger to the child, whomever he may be. For the child. For Jane. But he cannot stay with me. I know only war and bloodshed. All I can do is kill those who threaten his life. Make sure he grows up in safety.
It is time to meet your fate, Valarr. My sister's blood will be avenged. Riverspring will never fall to you. I will not allow your bloodseekers to oppress my people any longer, nor shall you sully the name of Sarwick again. You will now feel the wrath of the Red God. I will kill you before the Queen grants you my titles and lands. And with the King dead, the Queen won't grant an audience until everything is once again under control. I can trick him, but the child? Valarr thinks he is no longer a problem. If all goes badly, I could offer the child to the Queen. And then, I don't want to even think about it. I must finish Valarr. And to do that, I need Moors.
On the eve of the day which will seal their destinies, our heroes are faced with a moral dilemma, as in the past. Two men, two brothers in arms, united by a shared desire for vengeance, but separated by different goals. Two heroes, two destinies, of which only one can be realized. Which destiny will you choose? And so, the story will be written in the name of a man who lost everything rather than abandon his beliefs.